Christopher Nolan is one of the most well-known directors all around the world, and if in case you live under a rock, then maybe you should know Amir Khan's Ghazni, which is a remake of one of his film, Memento. So of course, being this well-known in the community, his latest film Oppenheimer had a lot of hype surrounding its release, and everyone had really high expectations for it. I feel like Nolan really shines when he doesn't make one of his theory lecture movies like Inception or Tenet, because Dunkirk, in my opinion, is his best movie till date. And as much as I like Interstellar, Dunkirk is just Nolan's filmmaking at his peak until I watched Oppenheimer in the theaters. By the first minutes of the film, one thing was made clear to me was that all my expectations for this film were wrong, and that this wasn't going to be a movie about the first atomic bomb or the Manhattan Project or even Oppenheimer himself. Instead, it's a movie about consequences, about how no matter for what cause your actions are, you will have to face a judgment for them. That sounds very religious, I know. Also, this movie is really loud, but you aren't watching a Nolan film in the theater if you don't shit your eardrums the next morning. One of my favorite aspects of this film was how well Nolan shifts from one tone to another. Like, the movie has three primary tones and it shifts between these three so seamlessly. Like, the film starts off with scenes of heavy exposition introducing us to all these characters and setting up Oppenheimer as a character, but then it transitions into this haunting thriller which ultimately leads up to the Trinity test, showing us the very hyped up no CGI bomb, which to be honest was a bit too much hyped, but whatever, it was still a spectacle to watch. My favorite frame from that whole sequence is when they show Oppenheimer watching the detonation and the silence that follows. It's amazing, 10 out of 10. And after all, this movie further transitions into this courtroom drama where RDJ just nails it out of the park, giving one of the best performances. I always had a trouble keeping up with Nolan films because his movies aren't what you would consider the most well-paced movies. This one is an exception. Pacing in this is absolutely perfect. It's a 3-hour long movie, but the pacing is perfect from start to finish, giving us enough time to breathe, which is necessary for how bone-chilling some of the scenes are. And the score is, oh my god, don't even get me started on the score. As a conclusion, I'll say that this is Nolan's best film, and I have no idea how he will ever top this one. It's not a perfect film, of course, but the pros of it outweighs its con. And of course, unlike any other of his films, it's a lot to take in on your first watch, but this time it's for a very different reasons. I'd give it a 8 out of 10. Watch it in your IMAXs. We didn't have IMAX, so I had to watch non-IMAX.